Hello, and welcome to Channel Zero TV. I'm John,
And I'm
and today
John.
we're going to screen a music video from that great old British pop band from the 1970s, the Wombles. John, can you tell us something about the Wombles?
Well, the Wombles were part of my childhood experience. I actually lived in the UK in 1974 when the Wombles were, if not the top of the pops, they were on top of the pops. They are, as you're about to see, a set of giant rock and roll singing mice. And I think we'll have more to talk about after you check out this video of the Wombling
Okay,
song.
take it away, Wombling Song.
Underground, overground, wumbling free. The wumbles of Wimbledon, common are we. Making good use of the things that we find, things that the everyday folks leave behind. Uncle Bulgaria, we can remember the days when he wasn't behind the times. With his map of the world, pick up the papers and take him to Wombles are organized, work as a team. Wombles are tidy and wombles are clean. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, common are we. People don't notice us, they never see. Under their noses a womble may be. Womble by night and we womble by day, looking for litter to trundle away. We're so incredibly, utterly devious, making the most of everything. Even bottles and tins, pick up the pieces and make them into something new. It's what we do. Underground, overground, wumbling free. The wumbles of Wimbledon, common are we. Making good use of the things that we find, things that the everyday folks leave behind.
Okay, John, what do we have here? Is this the Banana Splits? Is this the advance guard for an invasion from another world? What's going on here? Fill us in.
Well, just to highlight the species, the womble is a small creature that obviously is bipedal and lives to clean up litter and keep Britain tidy. This particular group of wombles is from Wimbledon. They tidy up Wimbledon Common, but apparently, according to the children's book that where the Wombles character originated, there are tribes of wombles all over Britain and possibly all over
Yes,
the
if I'm not
world.
mistaken, the Loch Ness Monster is an aquatic womble.
Well, I would say Nessie has had less success than this crew because they moved from a successful children's book series. This will kind of distinguish them from the Banana Splits also, to a stop motion animation series that was quite popular with young kids. And then they were sort of commissioned to do a Wumble song, and I believe it was the fellow who wrote the original song, Mike Batt, I believe, who waived his fee in order to be able to write songs under the label of the Wombles. And when I can't remember if it was this number or another number became a big hit, he sort of formed a band and had various musicians dress up in these sort of hastily assembled Wumbles costumes and perform in concert, in videos like the one you just saw. They were a act at the Eurovision Song Contest, although I think they were a sideshow. And they were, in fact, on Top of the Pops, which was the most popular British pop show when I lived in London in the 70s. They were a big, big hit for a very brief period of
Well,
time.
yeah, I was amazed to discover that Bernard Cribbins, the great British actor, provided all the voices on the TV show. Bernard Cribbins has a long and honorable career in British theater, television, and movies. He's in the second Doctor Who feature film, Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. He's in a memorable episode of Faulty Towers, although they're all memorable essentially as inevitably a cranky customer of John Cleese's. And then again, he's Donna Noble's grandfather in with David Tennant's Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, I think, remember, this was an era when the kind of British theatrical aristocracy kind of worked for a living. They had to move from, London theater to theater out in the region to TV shows and even TV commercials. This was before Harry Potter and kind of the Marvel movies basically became the British Actor Full Employment Act and made them all wealthy. And even the Wombles, I don't think it was always the same people who were in the Wombles costume in the bands. I think there were some kind of real musicians who were kind of dressing up and performing on stage from, believe members of Steel Ice Band, which was one of my favorite sort of folk bands. Later on, I think they actually donned the Womble suits for a while.
Wow, this is so much more than we could have anticipated.
Well, it's an interesting sort of collision of British children's TV, right? You can see like things like the Teletubbies sort of emerging from the same stream as the Wombles. The Teletubbies weren't stop motion, but you had that same sort of surreal notion of a new species that are being created specifically to entertain children. I think where obviously the big crossover was is that these guys became pop stars. I mean, briefly, but these folks, their records went gold. I can't remember, the Banana Splits, like they cut an album also.
They did. The big template, though, that I think everybody refers back to is the Archies, which I believe was a Don Kirshner creation. And essentially the Archies were created for a Saturday morning cartoon show from Filmation. So they were an entirely synthetic rock and roll band that charted with Sugar Sugar, I believe, in 1969. And of course, the Archies were essentially a bid by the record producers to create a band that they did not have to, in fact, pay royalties in any manner, shape, or form. Yeah, so this is, this has a long storied history to it.
Thinking back to that era, right? Everybody had a band for a while. You had the Brady's formed a band, both like live, but then also in their cartoons. So I think we're just talking about an era where the line between sort of children's Saturday morning entertainment and rock and roll was much blurrier. This was definitely before Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious stirred the pot.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Okay, well, I'm hoping you enjoyed this little bit of, certainly my past, but, I would like to think of our collective past. John, anything else you want to add?
I think we've covered everything, John.
Always more to cover with the Wombles, but thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on Channel Zero TV.
Thank you all very much.